Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Hivemind. This is technically take 2 of recording this episode, which we should probably take as a sign that we weren't supposed to record this topic.
Square Enix was stopping us.
Yeah, so today we are going to be talking about Final Fantasy 15.
Woo!
It's a subject that I think has been a very long time coming for us.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure since before we even started this podcast properly, we were like, yeah, we've got so much to say about Final Fantasy 15.
Many a night were we up until the wee hours just chatting about this.
Like texting angrily back and forth. Yeah, it's a long time we've spent talking about this, so now we finally get to share that with the rest of you guys.
We like the game, we promise.
Well, you can come to that that answer at the end of this podcast. So I think we're actually going to be splitting this into 2 because we have a lot of notes. So today is stuff like general thoughts, digging into the plot, the settings, the characters, like the DLC, maybe a few of the other kind of spin-off games, and then next time is when we'll start getting really salty and talk about what we did or we would have done differently if we had made the game.
So much.
There is a lot. So, leaping right in with the big questions, did you enjoy this game?
Yes. And no.
There was still a pause there.
I think I said this the first time we recorded this. I have 2 ratings. As a Final Fantasy, I would have gave it a 4 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
As a game that was rebranded, scrapped, went through a director change, and then totally remade and rushed,
yeah,
I'll give it a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, I think overall I enjoyed it. It wouldn't be my favourite Final Fantasy game, and
no, for sure.
It wouldn't even be a game that I would immediately associate with Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But I guess, that is down to the marketing that they wanted it to be.
I think why I enjoyed this game so much was the fact that we bonded quite a bit over it.
Yeah, we did.
Our hate for it has brought us closer.
Yeah. It's just truly a friendship-making game.
But yeah, a Final Fantasy aimed at new players. Did it work? Did it not work?
I think it worked for a lot of people because it's still really popular. Like, we found out yesterday that it's been, 3 years since it was released?
Yes, October 2016. November 2016, sorry.
Yeah, and there are still people, talking about it, cosplaying from it, making art from it, playing it, I guess. So, obviously they did something right, but I guess maybe for, the die-hard Final Fantasy fans, or the ones who've played and enjoyed the old games, it's not quite the same.
No.
I don't know. I mean, I still clocked over 200 hours playtime, so obviously I enjoyed it.
I still think that's nuts. I did 110.
But then it does include, the other, the Chocobo Festival, etc.
I loved that. I loved that so much.
That was so good.
That's the only positive thing I'm saying this whole podcast.
No, it's not. Don't lie. We're not that negative.
We'll see.
But then I think a lot of that time was also spent for me on PITIOSS, because that took me so long.
I rage quit that so bad. I have my notes here saying I did 110 hours bar PITIOSS and bar Liege of the Lake.
Oh yeah, I forgot you didn't finish that. Yeah, I got really into the fishing. For some reason, I have never fished in real life, but whenever a game has some kind of fishing game, I'm all about it. So I got
I don't know,
super
the
into
Monster
it.
of the Deep. What was that on?
That was VR.
Yeah. Oh, was it?
I'm so sad because that was something I would really love, but I don't have VR, so I was like, no, I want to go fishing.
Well, you're gonna have to go outside.
No, I don't want to do actual fishing because fish are gross. Just virtual fishing. But other than that, would you say you felt like you completed the majority of it, or was there stuff that you left?
Yeah, I did everything bar the ruins. I did start the ruins and I didn't finish it. But there's a lot of the side stuff I haven't done, as in the side games. Like, I haven't played Knight's Tale.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't really played Comrades. And like you said, I ain't got PITIOSS, so I haven't played Monster of the Deep. But I've done pretty much everything else.
Yeah, I think I managed to do everything. I also played the King Regis spin-off. That one that's like the platformer.
Yeah, that's Knight's Tale.
Yeah, and then there's King's Knight as well. They did that mobile game, which I also played for a bit. And then I got really addicted to it, so I was like, I need to stop. This is not good.
The marketing got you there.
It did. It really did. But it was a decent little game, okay? Like,
what did you actually have to do in it?
I don't know if I can, like, explain it well.
I mean, give it a go.
It's been so long since I played it. It's like, kind of like, I guess, just typical mobile, like, RPG. Like, you've got, obviously, the gacha elements, which is where it gets you and gets the money. Thankfully, I did not spend any money on it. My rolls were all free. And then you get, like, sort of party members, and so you can swap different party configurations. And then once you explore, like, this world. And I didn't really get far enough in to delve into the plot, because then I was like, no, I need to stop. Because I will start spending money on the gacha soon.
But you love your gacha.
They put a lot of thought into it, considering it was just like a game that was mentioned in a game.
Yeah, because wasn't it like the pinball machines in the game?
Yeah, that's an actual game, isn't it? Somewhere.
Yeah.
Out in the world.
Somewhere.
But, yeah, so I think overall, I'd say we enjoyed it, but maybe not as much as other Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
So, digging a little bit deeper, I think is where our real salt's going to come out.
Here we go.
What are your thoughts on the plot of the main game of Final Fantasy 15?
What plot? What plot?
That's exactly what I've got written down in my notes as well.
Oh, it's too many storylines at once. And they didn't know where they were going with it.
Yeah.
You had... I was completely won over with the whole core taking us to the side and was like, you gotta go hunt for these royal weapons, become the true king. And I was like, oh yeah, we're gonna go across the world and get all 12 weapons, and like each king's gonna bestow some skill or some wisdom upon me. Yeah. And then like after the third one, you kind of find out it's completely optional, and then Arden rolls up and is like, oh yeah, by the way, like Astrals are waking up, like, do you want to go sort them out? And it's like, huh?
Yeah, I had the same thing. Like, the focus was just a bit weird. Like, I feel like they should have either gone with the royal weapons or the Astrals, or done them both but not at the same time, like one after the other.
Yeah, because like what I didn't get was like the weapons were completely optional, but like the whole point of the end was you and Arden both had the power, wasn't it? And I was like, oh, apparently I can still use it anyway. Cool. And
I feel like the weapons help you more than the Astrals do. Like, I think I can count on one hand the amount of times I used any of the Astral summons, or they like came to help me.
Yeah, well, that was the thing. Like, you couldn't use them, could you? Like, there were special conditions that had to be met for them to randomly come help you.
They were completely useless, basically.
That's pretty much the whole story of the Astrals, really, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
what were you doing? Where were you guys? Like, you make me wake you up and run across the world, but like, you could have my back a little bit. That would be great.
Yeah, literally.
You're going to kill me at the end of the game. Like, come on.
Especially, it's like, some of them don't show up at all. I think it was, like, Leviathan. She never came to help me. It was like, okay.
Oh, see, that's all I had. Leviathan was the only one who came to help me. And Rama sometimes.
Yeah, he used to come.
Oh, no, not Rama, sorry. It's like Ramu, isn't it?
Ramu. Yeah, but like literally all the good ones never came to help me. They were like, yeah, you're on your own, Noct. You woke us up. Deal with it.
Screw you, buddy.
Part of that comes down to them just not having enough time.
Yeah.
To properly execute what they wanted to. Especially, like we were talking about on our first record through, when you get to Altissia and it all just kind of shit hits the fan, but not in a good way. Yeah,
no, it was all fleshed out into Altissia, and then it felt like you had these pair of hands behind you just pushing you towards the end. Like,
Yeah,
you've got to finish, you've got to go.
It's kind of like, yeah, you were locked into the end game. There wasn't really anywhere for you to branch off to do like side quests or other stuff.
No, because I'm pretty sure that's when you go to Niflheim, isn't it? And that's where then you're stuck there, isn't it? Because then from Niflheim you just go straight to Insomnia, don't you?
Yeah, it's like, you get like sucked into the crystal, and then they've got the time skip, which obviously you don't play because you're in the crystal. And then it's like straight to Insomnia then. It's a shame because I feel like they had elements and concepts that would have worked if they just had more time.
Well, yeah, like the whole Star Scourge thing, like that was completely glossed over until the end of the game. But it's the whole reason Arden is the bad guy.
Yeah.
And
they
the
dropped
Astrals
the ball on that
are...
one.
Yeah, like it was the whole point. Like,
I feel like they did that with a lot of important stuff, though.
Yeah, and one plot hole I didn't like, and I completely waltzed over this note yesterday, so thank God for re-recording, is Luna's death.
Yes.
I get it. Like, if you played episode Arden, you get it. But the lack of Luna and Noctis's scenes together...
There was no chemistry.
Didn't make it tragic at all. Yeah,
I think I mentioned that somewhere in my notes later, that I wish that they'd included her more, because I feel like her death, it didn't have any impact on me, because I was like, oh, there's Luna. I've seen her like 5 times in the whole like 75 hours that I've been playing up to this point.
There was not enough, I don't think there was enough like childhood scenes, because they grew up together.
Yeah.
And they mentioned that they talk through the diary all the time. They talk through it all the time. But we didn't have any of that. There was no, like, if you were at camp at night, it would have been cool if we had, like, a little narration of them talking to each other,
Yeah, I think it only appears, like, twice, doesn't it, or something? Umbra appears, and then, it's, like, off again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. There's, like, no sense of any kind of...
connection at all.
No.
So her death just kind of felt a bit hollow, really.
Yeah. You know who else's death felt quite hollow?
Oh, God, who died?
Noctis. Because after that, they were like, oh, just kidding. We're going to put an alternate ending in episode Ignis.
When that comes along.
Just kidding. He didn't die after all. Like, I have so many issues with that. It's just such bad writing. Like,
no.
It was so refreshing to have, like, a really bittersweet ending where, you save the day and your friends, you save them in a way, but you die. That's like, you have to make the sacrifice.
Well, yeah, because that was like what I really liked about the plot, was the fact that Regis and Luna knew where this was going. At the start, they knew, like, from a child, he knew that Noct had to die.
Yeah.
And we knew kind of over the game, and we wanted them to slowly realise, like, where this was going.
Yeah, and I think that was the whole point of the game, isn't it? It's like Noct coming to terms with that's going to be his destiny. That's why he's been chosen. And then it kind of, it feels like if you take it back, it's like, well, what's the whole point of the game if he can do it and not die?
Yeah. I think I would have enjoyed the whole tragic storyline for a change.
Yeah.
But yeah, the retcons, no, just let them die.
I guess it depends how you take that ending, like if it's an alternate ending or if that's the true ending, like...
Yeah, or is it heaven? Are they alive?
Yeah, so I think they're kind of sneaky in that way, but a lot of people seem to take it that, oh, just kidding. He's alive!
Lol!
Yeah. Oh, just... I promise we have some positive things to say later on.
I have this little note here that says, why was Noct in the crystal so long? Why 10 years? Why?
Yeah, why was he in the crystal for so long?
I think episode Noctis was supposed to cover that.
Did they... I was going to say, is that ever explained? I feel like they did, but not in the game.
No, I think it was supposed to be the plot of episode Noctis. We were gonna... But apparently even in then, there was going to be a lot of retconning for when he come out of the crystal.
Because I know, the whole he has to be in there to, like, suck up his power. But, like, 10 years, buddy. Come on.
Someone overnapped.
Well, it's on brand for him, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true.
So, moving on to another big chunk of the game, which is the setting. world setting. What did you think about that?
What, Lestalem and the whole 10 people that live there?
Yeah. What, and the like 3 people at Hammerhead?
Oh, and the one dude who crashes his car.
Over and over.
Over and over again.
Buddy,
he is keeping the gas stations in business.
It's not even like that many gas stations or like repair shops. It's literally just Cindy and a load of gas stations.
Yeah, I know. And empty farms. Who are running these farms?
Yeah, that pretty much every note I've got about the different settings is just they're all so empty.
I know. The thing I love about RPGs is NPCs and learning about them and their little stories and the gossip they have about each other. And like that's why you get like, that's how the town gets fleshed out, isn't it? You can't even talk to half these people.
Especially if you're going to have an open world, you need to fill that world.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you can't fill it, then don't have it open world, like limit it to certain areas that you can go in, that you know you can fill.
Because we had a hint of it with Altissia, didn't they? Like Altissia was almost what a town should have been.
Yeah, I'm just so sad about that because I feel like it could have been so stunning.
I know, I think that's the whole kind of the thing with this game. I think that's the whole main point in the fact that we could see the potential there.
Yeah, but they just didn't have time to properly
and
bring
that's
it to
so
life.
sad.
It is. And like Insomnia especially, I was so excited when you finally get to go back. I was like, yes!
Yeah!
We get to explore the city, it's going to be great. And then there's like the underground station and one street leading right up to the Citadel. And you don't even get to explore that. You literally get in a lift and go all the way up. And I was like, oh, come on. Please.
Yeah, because when we hit the bottom, I was like, all right, here we go. It's going to be a dungeon crawl right up to the top.
That would have been
and
so
like you said,
good.
it was like, oh, okay, cool, lift, fine, nice.
Yeah, like not to leap into what we would have done differently, but like having you have to go through every floor and like constantly throw more and more demons at you would have been so good.
Well, it would have been good as well. Like, you know, they left us at the bottom, you know, they were like, you go in on your own.
Yes.
Like, as we got up the tower, like, one by one, they had to stay behind, you know?
Yes.
They're like, right, you go on without me, guys. And then the fights get tougher because you've only got 3 people, then you've only got 2 people.
Oh,
and then you've only got yourself.
Good idea.
Such a good idea, isn't it?
Square. Please hire us. Please.
Because it's not really said if they survived, is it?
It's implied, I think. I don't know. I think, again, it depends how you take it. Like, some people take it that they didn't. Some people take it that they did. I tend to lean more on the side that they did because I felt like it was, I guess, more bittersweet, again, if they survive.
Yeah, and Noct didn't. Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's just, I don't know, a bit static if they all die and it's like, oh, well.
Well, I think that's another thing as well, is we didn't get, with most Final Fantasies, you get a roundup at the end of like what everyone's doing, where they've gone.
Yeah,
and we didn't have
They just had like the
afterwards.
pictures, didn't they, of the sun rising, but they didn't show, from what I can remember, any actual people.
No.
Add it to the notes.
Add it to the notes.
So, speaking of people though, now if we should move on to characters.
Yes.
Discussing characters. This is actually what I've got the most notes on for this section because I get really like angry.
You're a writer.
Yeah,
so
I am. I
get
get really angry about like character writing and bad character writing. But I don't have completely negative things to say. Like
no,
like the main 4 in particular, I really enjoyed. I thought they were great characters.
Yes, they were.
The voice actors, though, I think really pulled them along. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like, I'm not sure if I'd have enjoyed them as much if they didn't do a really good job.
Well, no, it flowed really well as well. Like, the banter with each other, it really flowed really well.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you can really hear in games, especially if the audio's been recorded separately.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't flow very well, does it? But I think they did a really good job of making them sound quite natural.
Yeah, I don't know if they did record everything separately, though. Did they?
I don't... no, I think there was things where they did record together and then some things where they didn't.
Yeah. Because I feel like you can kind of see it a little bit with Noct and Prompto, because obviously Ray and Robbie are friends. So
yes,
I feel like that kind of naturalness, you can definitely hear that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 did really well. Like, Ignis was just... Some of his delivery on some of his lines is just so funny.
Oh, I love Ignis.
Like, just the way he says some things, I'm like, oh my God.
There were some things, like, he'd sass you, and I couldn't even be angry at him, because I was like, that was just so savage. That, like,
I know.
Fair enough.
But I think you asked me this last recording. Who was your favourite?
Ignis.
Yeah. I've had time to, like, decide now. And it is definitely going to be Prompto.
It's still going to be Prompto.
Yeah. He's just so sweet.
I know.
Like,
and
he's a good egg.
He's a very good egg. Because, like, the others, you know, Iggy's been trained to look after you. Gladio's been trained to look after you. Prompto's just along for the ride.
Yeah, he's just your buddy. He's like, yeah, sure, I'm going to come along and watch you get married.
Oh, because that was a thing we touched as well, wasn't it? Like, Prompto and Luna actually knew each other before this.
I really wish they'd expanded on that more.
And if you hadn't watched the pre-anime that they did, you wouldn't have known that.
No, I know. That's such a nice
because we wanted them to
detail.
meet. I think even more than Luna and Nox, we wanted Prompto and...
I think that's what we
Luna
said about
to meet.
episode Ignis, that we were like, I really hope Prompto gets to meet Luna.
Before she dies, I know.
But he did.
Because that was his one job, to bring them
know.
together, and he did it. But they died.
Oh, honey.
So Prompto...
Oh, now I'm sad.
Oh,
baby. Anyway, speaking of Luna, she is on a list of characters, like we mentioned before, that I really wish we had seen expanded more.
Yeah, because I think she really had the potential to be quite a cool character, really.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see why they didn't want them to meet, like, the whole, you know, tragic star-crossed lovers thing. But I feel like it would have been really interesting to have her with the party, at least for a little bit. Kind of like when you've got Iris who's with you for a little bit.
Yeah, screw Iris.
But you sound like you have a lot to say about that, Jade.
I do have a lot to touch about Iris, but we save her till last.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like we said, Prompto and Luna knew each other. And yeah, even just for a little bit, it would have been cool to...
I don't know how where they'd fit it in, but I felt like that would have been good, you know?
Even if it was Altissia, you know, like when it all started going down and you had to get Luna to the podium. Like, she could be like, I can stop Leviathan, I can do this. It's like, right, we'll get you there.
Yeah, that would have been so much better.
And then she dies.
Yeah.
Because I think that would have been such a good thing for all of them. Because afterwards, when she dies, they all realise, like, oh, this is serious. This mission is for real.
Yeah.
So if they all had a part in not saving her...
You could do it kind of like baton passing. Like, you know, you pass her from... You know, one row to the other, and then they pick it up because they can't, you know, they've got to stop to fight these enemies.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, you know, all while maybe Nox, you know, off having his tiff with Leviathan.
Let me summon you, no.
But, yeah, I don't know, I feel like she had so much potential, especially since she was such an important character, supposedly. But you barely see her.
Yeah, I just don't think... Yeah, they could have at least cut to her more. If they weren't going to meet, at least cut to her more so we know what she's doing. Because I think one of the only scenes we had was... We had her healing a group of people. Which, if we knew better, it was the Star Scourge. And that's why she was getting ill.
Yeah.
And then I think we had one scene where she's having like a tiff with Ravis, isn't it?
Yeah, that's in Altissia, right before everything kicks off.
He's like, you're dying. And she's like, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, next character. What do you think of Sid?
Oh. I liked Sid.
I love Sid.
Again, I feel like you didn't really, see him that much.
Yeah, especially when you found out who he was.
Yeah, I guess... I don't know, I feel like I enjoyed him more in the Comrades DLC because you interact with him more there,
Do you?
in the actual main game. Yeah, he, because in that you can obviously upgrade your weapons and craft new weapons, and he's there, chilling by the weapons machine.
I need to play that game more.
I can't believe you haven't played it, it's really good.
I played it for a little bit.
They've got, chocobos in it now. Not that you can actually ride, but...
I think they've done loads of updates now, haven't they?
Yeah, I don't think I've played it since the last big update, but anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I like him, and I think I got really emotional when you see that he's still got like the picture of him and Regis and Core and Gladio's dad and Wescombe. I was like, oh, babies. But again, like, I just feel like it would have been nice to see him a little bit more, you know?
Yeah, I think it would have been nice if we had maybe him telling us like some stories about Regis and stuff to Noct.
Yeah.
Like, he's someone we learn from too.
Yeah, and do we ever see him and Core actually like interact?
Yeah, because Core was like their driver, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was like
their
15
apprentice
driving them around. But like, I can't remember if you ever actually see them together until like right at the end when you like ship out to Altissia.
No, I don't think you do, because Core just is missing half the game, isn't he?
Yeah, he's supposed to be off like doing other stuff, but again, it goes back to the whole, you know, I thought he was going to keep popping up, like to check in, you know, like how you doing with this tomb gathering tour, and then he's just like, oh, lol, bye.
Yeah, considering he's like this monster fighter, you know, he's supposed to be this legendary fighter. We didn't really get a scene with him showing off that, did we?
Like, even in like Gladio's DLC, you don't really spend a lot of time fighting with him.
No.
Even though he's the companion in that DLC.
Yeah.
Although I'm still not over the fact that Matthew Mercer voices him. That, like, I forget that every time, and then I hear him and I'm like, oh my god. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt. How you doing? In every game I play.
Yeah, that still throws me.
Love Matt.
But actually, speaking of Core, though, something that I saw on Twitter that made me really like emo is that they've pointed out that he's outlived the last 3 Kings of Lucis. Because he served Regis's dad, Regis, and Noct, and they all died.
Spoiler alert, the true villain is Core. Dun, dun,
We're
dun.
on to you, Square.
We know your secrets.
I don't know. How do you feel about Sid, then?
I love Sid.
Going back to Sid.
I loved him. I just loved his, like, even if we were the king, he still didn't care, like, talking down to us. Like, he still spoke to us like a child. Nice. He was like, nah, bruh, you sit down. Because riding from Sid, let's go straight into Cindy.
I knew that's where you were going. I was literally waiting for it. Because I know you have salt there. I love Cindy.
I like Cindy.
I don't think you love her as much as I do, though.
But, like, girl, you work in a garage. Like, why'd you have a bikini on? And, like, you could come at me and say, like, oh my god, she's allowed to wear what she likes. But really, come on, the camera angles they had when it came to Cindy, you knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I know. She's definitely fan servicing, which is a shame, but
she was cool. I did like how she busted, like, Prompto's balls all the time.
But he loved it.
Bless him. Because I think there is a scene where they do kind of get together, bless him.
Well, there's that, like, camp, you know, you have those, like, camp missions. And there's that one where he wants to, like, take a picture of Cindy and then she, like, rocks up. And you've got to, like, be his wingman.
I forgot the camp missions.
Yeah, they were so good. My favourite one of those was that one where a chocobo steals Ignis's glasses.
Yeah.
And you've got to go and, like, track it down.
Or the baby black chocobo as well. That was so cute.
He was so cute. I'm, like, really peeved that he doesn't... I think he shows up in Comrades, but I'm really peeved that, like, he doesn't show up in the actual main game again.
Yeah.
I wanted to...
Because poor Ignis is just traumatised by chocobos.
Bless him. But, looking at my list of characters I wish we had expanded on more, where I've got 2, actually. And funny enough, they're all the, like, female characters.
Oh.
So I've got Aranea, and also I feel like we never heard much about Noct's mum.
I know.
Like, I don't remember hearing anything about her.
No, because what we had in the pre-anime bit was that she died by that monster, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which then is rumoured to be Prompto's mum.
Yeah,
But, yeah, like, some context on that would have been great.
Yeah, I feel like even, like, a passing mention would be good, even if it was, like, by Regis or not even in the main game, but, like, in, you know, another spin-off or, like, one of the other backstory bits. But there's nothing. She's just like not there.
She's just straight up dead.
And then obviously Aranea, who, as you know, I love. I just, anything, I could have just her doing anything and I'd be like, yes.
The problem with Aranea for me was she was a character like popped in and out all the time. And I'm like, are you good? Are you bad? Are you on my side? You're not on my side? What you doing? What were they trying to do with Aranea?
I felt like they were trying to make her a bit like kind of morally grey. Like, you know, she works for the bad guys, but she doesn't do it because she believes in them. It's just because, you know, it's convenient or whatever. And then she like slowly comes to her senses, like, okay, I'm going to help the good guys. But again, it's just one of those things I don't think they executed very well.
Well, no, because like 1 minute, especially when you're on the map, she appears on like the ship, like the door opens and she's there and I'm like, oh god, is she here to kill me or is she here to help me? Because her mood changes all the time. Because 1 minute she's trying to stab me, 1 minute she's fighting by my side and I'm like, girl, you're sending mixed signals, I don't know what to do here.
I used to love that when she used to drop in and I'd be like, hi babe, hi. And then like when she tries to like, if Nox, when they used to have like the little animations where they like go to help each other.
Oh, well, like little combo moves.
Yeah. And she like slaps Nox. That's my favourite one. she like does not care. She's like, get back up.
Oh.
But actually, speaking of bad guys and villains, I don't know if it's just me, but I felt a lot of them were just kind of a bit like, like I wasn't really impressed with many of the villains. Like,
who was like the fat dude that kept turning up?
I think that is Caligo. I've got no names written down. It's Caligo and Loki.
Yeah.
Who is the little blonde bitch.
Yeah.
And then there's obviously Emperor Aldecap, who is the one who turns into the demon, doesn't he? And you fight him.
Yeah, because I kept getting him mixed up with Prompto's dad, because they looked quite similar, didn't they?
That's their style.
Yeah.
I'm probably pronouncing these horrifically. Please don't come for me.
Sorry, I pronounce Ilfret wrong all the time.
Or Ifrit.
Ifrit. I put an L in there for some reason. I don't know where that's come from.
But yeah, like those four in particular, and even to a point like Ravus before he kind of, again, turns to be a good guy, they just felt really flat, like...
Yeah.
They weren't good villains.
No.
But...
They were just like side bosses.
I know,
but I didn't know what they were doing. I just knew they were for Niflheim and I had to kill them.
Yeah, because there's this one bit that I vaguely remember where you're at like a base. I think it's when you have to get the car back.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Loki and what's-his-face turn up, and I'm like, wait, who are you again?
Yeah, I was like, huh?
Like, they make it like a big deal, like, oh, these guys are here, and I'm like, I literally have no idea who you are, guys. I just want my car, please.
I think the Regalia had like more backstory than half the characters in the game.
The Regalia had a sadder death scene than Luna did, let's be honest here.
Oh, don't. I was so sad when the Regalia died.
They had like a montage of all the clips of it. That was what got me. It was like so ridiculous that it should have been funny, and I was like, the Regalia.
Oh, it had its own arc. It had its own. Oh, I forgot that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, my favorite. I changed my mind. My favorite character is Regalia.
Same. No, actually, you know who mine is? Kenny Crow.
Screw Kenny Crow.
He's so creepy. But it makes me laugh that in Comrades, you can, like, fight with him.
Oh, can you?
He's, like, one of the AI
with him,
characters.
or like...
Yeah, not as him. He's, like, one of the... If you play not with other people, like, he's one of the AI characters that can spawn, but, like, he's in full costume.
Nice.
So funny.
So nice.
So, what did you think? I've also got a little section on Ravus.
Mm-hmm.
What did you make of him?
Oh... I didn't like him to begin with because he was like snotty.
Mm-hmm.
But then
he's snotty throughout the whole game, but
yeah, I could see what they wanted to do with him. Mm-hmm. Like you saw slowly. Oh, I shouldn't be playing with things when I play with podcast. It was all revealed in episode Ignis, wasn't it? That he was actually, all he was doing was looking out for Luna. That was the whole point. But if you took those DLCs aside, you literally just stumbled upon his dead body.
Yeah, like, that's what
I remember walking in the room and I was like, is that Ravus? Oh, is that my sword in him?
What I've got down on my notes. I'm like, he spends the whole game being a dick, then surprise, he's dead, but also a good guy.
Because, like, what I want to know is how he got one of the royal swords. Because he had Regis's sword, didn't he?
Yeah,
How'd you get that, bruh?
I think it is explained somewhere, but I don't remember where.
Did we find out why he lost his arm as well? Oh, because he touched the ring, wasn't it? That was the movie. He touched the ring, wasn't it?
Yeah. I do know where. It's going to really bug me, but I'm not going to be able to Google it quick enough. They do explain, I think, how he gets the sword. I want to say it's something like Luna gives it to him.
Oh, Ravus was there when he died?
Yeah, I don't think it was that. I'm sure it must have been that dramatic scene between Luna and Ravus, like right before she dies in Altissia. I think it might have been then.
Because her trident's a royal weapon as well, isn't it?
Because doesn't Ravus give you... When do you get the ring?
When do we get the ring? It's when Luna dies. It appears in our hand.
Oh.
Because Luna has it. Because Nyx gave it to Luna, didn't he?
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's somewhere around there. But yeah, it is a bit like they kind of just toss it on you like, oh, here's Ravus and he's dead.
No, bye.
Yeah.
here's your sword. We're rushing the game, by the way. So he's dead and here's your sword at the same time. Now go to the end game.
I do wonder though if they plan to have him like appear properly. Like, other than the bit where you fight him where he's like Demon Ravus, like...
Yes.
Rather than just finding him dead, like if you were supposed to run across him alive. And then he would give you the sword rather than just take it from his dead body.
Yeah. Yeah, some dramatic scene of how, like, I was just protecting Luna, blah, blah, blah. Your dad wanted you to have the sword, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm sure there was supposed to be something there. But it was just cutthroat. No, ain't got time. Kill him. Move on. Here's some notes on his body on how he died. There we go.
Yeah.
Plot hole done.
Like, it was like literally not even next to his body. It was like up the like little platform. It was like, oh, by the way.
By the way, he was a traitor. We found out dead.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, they have a cutscene, don't they, of like how he dies in something. Don't they?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm just dreaming that, but I'm sure I've seen something.
Possibly.
Don't quote me on that. I'm going to do all this Googling after.
Ferocious Googling afterwards.
Yeah, like, oh, no, don't start that. Okay, note to self, don't touch the keyboard when we're recording, because
No, I did that. Yeah, I did that last episode and it beeped right at me.
Because I was just transcribing, like, transcribed the last episode, and there's you doing that and going, oh.
Oh, never mind.
So, I don't know, I've still got a few character notes. Is there anyone in particular that you want to
I only
talk
have one, and it's going to get angry really quick.
Is it Arden?
No.
Oh.
Iris.
Oh, okay, you go ahead with that, because I have a lot about Arden and some more about the Astrals. So
I hated Iris. She was your
Why?
typical, like, lolicon, bloody,
Yeah.
I love Noct, I'm going to follow you around, I love you so much, But, like, they could have kept her character design. They could have kept her as, like, the little girl who was, like, infatuated with Noct. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
But she was from the family that are, like, hardcore, that protect the thing, right?
Yeah.
So, like, when they were attacked in Lestalem and the old dude died, like, why was there no scene where it showed that she was also trained and she could protect? I think they could have had that contrast where she looks like a little girl, but she's, like, hardcore. Like, she can fight too.
Isn't it, like, implied that in the 10-year, like, skip, she becomes, like, this hardcore demon hunter?
Yeah, she's, like, the leader of the hunters or something, isn't it?
Yeah, but we never see that.
Because when she joins because she does join your party for a little bit, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's got some cool skills.
Yeah, she does.
And especially because, like, their family like, their whole point of their family is to protect the royals. Like, that is their lineage. Why did they not have her as, like, a cool fighting... Because there could have been a thing where, like, she, you know, had this cool moment where she protects them all. And Nox, like, you know, gives her a little nod, like, yeah, you're all right, you're cool.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, that's the thing that annoyed me with Iris.
Even if you didn't have Noct doing that, the fact that I feel like you've got Gladio there, like, would he not... you could have so much more interaction if she was doing this stuff and he was like, yeah, well, you know, we didn't do it like that at home.
Yeah, because I just suddenly remembered, they could have had this scene where, you know, we're running from something and both Gladio and Iris just drop behind and like, don't worry, we've got this. And you had the cool brother-sister scene, you know?
Yeah.
Because you could have been like, no, Iris, you got to come with us. And she's like, nah, don't worry.
Nah, mate.
We're Amicitians, we've got this.
Especially because I feel like Gladio didn't get as much like emotional fleshing out as he could have done.
Yeah, he did seem a bit dead in that sense, didn't he?
Yeah, and you know, especially if you consider the fact that it's implied that his dad dies as well when
I was
Noct's
just
dad
about
dies,
to say
but
that.
there's no like, he doesn't seem to mention it. Not that Noct ever really seems to mention his dad either, but
no, but yeah, they missed out on a little bonding scene there, couldn't they? Like they've both lost their dads, and they've both have to carry on. He's got to carry on being king, which is his dad's job, and he's got to protect Noct, which was his dad's job. You know, the struggles of them taking on their dad's jobs.
Yeah, because I know that's kind of like the point of episode Gladio, but I feel like it didn't really come across that way.
No. It was just like, I got my butt kicked by Ravers. I need to go
I'm throwing a tantrum.
Because he just abruptly left in the game, wasn't it? And I was like, oh.
Yeah, and then you like go and do a mission and he's back and he's like, yeah, I'm stronger now, it's fine.
I have these cool skills I can do now.
But like, you never get any explanation.
No. Let's touch your main one, the big boy.
I've got a little bit before that.
Do you?
About the Astrals.
Oh, screw the Astrals, man.
It is kind of touching on a little bit on what we've already talked about, which is that they should have been expanded on more.
Yeah.
But, like, in particular, I saw online, must have been a while ago, something called, like, the PITIOSS Dungeon Theory, about, like, someone had put together this, like, potential lore about what it was and to do with, like, Ifrit and one of the other Astrals, and it was just so, like, good.
I was literally thinking this on the way home to work today.
Really?
I was like, I got to mention that PITIOSS theory because to me, if that was the game, I would have loved it.
In the description of this episode because it is really, really good.
Yeah,
and like it all matches up with stuff that you can see in game and stuff that you see through the dungeon. And I'm like, if someone who isn't even working for Square can come up with that, like.
I would have been so happy if that was the story of Final Fantasy 15. The fallen astral. Because the Star Scourge was him being spiteful, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, it would have been so good.
Yeah.
I was literally thinking that on the way home from work.
Because that was really good. I was like, I want to mention that because it's so good.
That is really good. I don't know who wrote that.
No, I know. I should have written it down. I didn't have time to like look it up. But like I said, if we can find it, we'll put it in the description below. So you guys can have a read of it. Yeah, I hope it's still like online.
It should be somewhere. Tumblr hasn't died, has it? I'm pretty sure it's a Tumblr post.
Yeah, I think it was a Tumblr post as well.
God, Tumblr,
anyway,
that's a throwback.
Now I'm ready to move on to Arden.
Go on then. You love Arden more than me.
I do. It sounds bad because he's awful. But as a character, he is just really like dynamic. I can see why they changed to have him as the main villain rather than Ifrit. Mm-hmm. But again, I feel like there was so much potential there that they just didn't follow through on. And I haven't played his DLC, but I've got the kind of rundown. Mm-hmm. But I feel like, I don't know, it feels like a bit of a cop-out.
Oh, yeah. It was like one big, like, sticky plaster over the top to kind of fill in all the holes that they could, is what episode Arden felt like.
And also, I just feel like it seems to paint him, that episode, like, oh, he was a good guy and then everyone else fucked him over and that's why he's bad. But I kind of liked it when it was implied that it was his own, like, ego that did it to him. Like, that he wanted to be the saviour and the god, you know, he thought he was the only one who was worthy. So the gods were like, no, that's not, you know, we're not about that. And that's why he sort of ends up the punished, you know, evil.
Yeah.
I thought that was a lot more interesting than just, oh, well, the gods betrayed him, whatever, etc.
Yeah, because it just turns out that actually Bahamut is the big bad. He's the reason why it's all gone to pot.
Which just seems mind-boggling to me when you spend a whole, like, game with him as, like, you know, a good guy, and then it's like, oh, by the way, he's actually the real bad guy.
Yeah, like Bahamut's like lecturing us left, right, and center, and then he shows up to like take the glory at the end of the game, and I'm like, where were you whole game?
Yeah.
You could have helped.
I don't know. I don't know if it's just because Arden ended up being so popular that they wanted to give him like, ooh, some redemption. But I feel like he's a more interesting villain if he doesn't get that.
Yeah.
Especially with the whole theory, you know, because there's obviously that debate where people are like, well, is he doing it to end the line of Lucis, or is it just because he wants to die? Like,
yeah. Because
I feel like that conflict really goes well with the whole thing of him as a character.
Yeah. They just had too many characters going on, didn't they? Like,
again, I think it's they just didn't focus. They should have focused on one villain rather than having like Ifrit, Arden, Bahamut, all the little minor antagonists. Like, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, and I don't know if the whole political thing between Niflheim and Lucis, was that necessary? Was that whole politic battle necessary there? Could we just not have the Astrals and Arden?
I mean, the only thing that was really good for was killing off Regis.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think anything, because it's not like you ever fight really the Emperor until he's like already a demon. And that I'm pretty sure is to do with someone else, like Verstyle or Arden, who's pulling the strings behind it all. Yeah, I don't know. I see what you mean. Like, it just didn't really feel...
No, the only reason we were in Niflheim is because we had to rescue Prompto.
Yeah.
And then
like,
we just came back. We just came back. I would have loved to see more Tenebrae.
Yes.
When we arrived, I was like, oh yeah, it looks so cool. And I was like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, we're not stopping.
Okay. We're just looking, take a picture and go.
Look out the windows, the train goes by.
God damn it.
Oh, well.
One thing I did write about the characters, and the game got a lot of flack for this, and a lot of people didn't like it, that it was a male-orientated game.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked having a bro road trip, you know?
Yeah, I can see where people are coming from, especially since I feel like a lot of my characters I wanted to see more of were the female characters.
Yeah.
But
I think a lot of people forget there was a girls' game. We've had Final Fantasy X too. That was your girl power game. That was the girl game.
Yeah, and I mean, you technically had, you had female protag for the last game with Lightning.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm all for, equal opportunity games. I'd love to see more, female characters, female protags, but I feel like the bros work with that makeup of being like a dude bro.
Yeah,
gang on a road trip.
Because that was the start of the story. As far as we knew, as far as Noctis knew, they were just going on a road trip. He was getting married, and then it turned into the tragic story that it did. So I liked the bro trip. I liked it.
I'm sure like the whole point as well is that they wanted to showcase like friendship between guys, like a more tender friendship that you can still have guy friends who are close and they're emotionally bonded without it being like, oh, that's gay, or oh, that's it's not manly. Like
yeah, because I think the theme they were going for was that it was family. I think the word was family. That's what they wanted to portray.
Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was really nice to see, male friendships like that.
Mm.
But I guess, maybe some people just didn't get that vibe.
No. I don't know.
So, next on my little note list, I have something that you might be quite passionate about. And that is talking about the OST.
Yes, Somnus is the masterpiece.
Yeah, so for context, Jade is like an avid collector of Final Fantasy soundtracks.
I do, I have loads.
Like when we were in Japan, she was like, we were in Nakano Broadway and she was like trawling through all of the like CD shops. Like, do they have this one? Do they have that one?
It gets to the point when I even had to phone my mum and I was like, Mum, I know it's like 3 a.m. in the morning, but can you take a picture of my Final Fantasy collection so I know which ones I have and which ones I don't have?
It was really bad.
Next time I'll take a picture.
Yeah. But no, I really love the music in this game.
I'm really
like
sad.
you said. Why?
I'm sad that when we went to see Distant Worlds, we didn't get Somnus.
I know, we were both really, really hoping they were going to play it when we went to see it in London, and they didn't.
Yeah. But I got 2 Zanakins, so that kind of made it up.
Yeah, but Somnus, composed by Yoko Shimomura. I wrote that down.
Oh, check your notes out. She's professional.
I know. Yeah, I absolutely love that. I think it's on my, like, falling asleep playlist.
Oh.
Yeah, I love it. And also, Calling for Rain from, I think it's the Kingsglaive OST.
Yeah.
You can play it on the car. I love that. I used to listen to that on repeat while I was driving in the Regalia.
Oh, you just reminded me. I spent so much money going around and buying all the OSTs for the car.
So did I. I was like, oh, I don't have that one. I don't have that one.
Gonna buy them all.
And oh my god, okay, do you remember, speaking of the car, this is completely unrelated to OSTs, the friggin' decals.
Oh, that made me cringe.
I used to get so obsessed with, like, making my car look pretty with, like, the subtle ones.
Yeah, like the little, like, laser cut ones. But I was like, I ain't putting flames on my car. I ain't putting stickers on my car. This is supposed to... it's not going to match my outfit. I need it pure black.
King Regis would be, like, rolling in his grave. Like, what have they done to my car? Especially when they get the friggin' monster truck regalia, which I love.
It's like if you rolled up to the garage and, like, Sid would be like, what have you done to the car?
You got, like, flames down the side.
He repairs it and it comes back normal. Like, every time you go and get it repaired, he undoes what you've done.
Actually, that leads quite nicely into gameplay aspects that we enjoy.
Oh, look at that smooth transition.
So smooth. I have a few notes on the regalia. The monster truck I loved.
I never played the monster truck.
I had so much fun with that because you literally just smash it to pieces and then go back and Sid fixes it. It's so good. And then, like, there's some of the animations if you do a really long jump, like Gladiator, like, stands up. It's really good. But you know what one I didn't like? The friggin' flying one.
I've written regalia was cool until it flied.
I've just got fuck the flying regalia.
You crashed it so many times.
I did. It's because I've got, like, no sense of hand-eye coordination.
I've got so many rage texts from you.
Yeah, like that little tiny landing strip when you go to PITIOSS.
Yeah, that could have been doing a little bit longer. That could have been
a
tad bit longer.
It's because you have to time it right so that you're low enough to land before you hit.
And then you can brake.
So you've got enough time to brake, but you've got to be high enough to avoid the mountain or the hill that you have to fly over. And I just could not get it right.
Oh, bless you.
Yeah, I hated that.
Bless you. I prefer to travel by chocobos. I just love the chocobos.
Oh, yeah, that was really fun.
I love them so much.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. Did you ever, like, colour customise them?
You could colour customise them?
I'm pretty sure you could.
I did not know this.
If you go to the Chocobo farm, I'm pretty sure you can change the colour of your Chocobo, because I always used to give Gladiator the pink one. I don't know why. I don't know why I gave him the pink one. I was like, it was just thinking me. I was like, Gladiator, you need the pink Chocobo.
We have no toxic masculinity here.
No. Ignis was purple.
Oh yeah, that totally fits him.
Yeah, I had the blue one, and Prompto was green.
I didn't know this. I just had your standard basic yellow one.
Oh my god, you haven't lived, bruh. You should know me. If there's any kind of customization in the game, you know I'm going to find it.
You on it.
Again, I hope that is a thing. I'm not just dreaming that. I swear to God, I remember giving them colored
I think it is a thing. I think it is a thing.
But, yeah. Although, that said, speaking of customization, I really wish we had more of a, like, crafting element.
Yeah, I collected all my items until the end, thinking I had some sort of weapon customization to do or some item customization to do. No, I was poor the whole game.
And meanwhile, I had like 3 million gil.
It's when you text me going, oh, staying in the Golden Key, staying in Altisha. I'm like, how? How have you got so much more money? And you're like, sell your items, bruh. And I was like,
so I sent her a picture of my, like, funds, and it's, like 3 million gil, because I was selling all the junk that you don't need. She was, like, hoarding it. But yeah, again, you get it in Comrades, like, you can use the stuff that you pick up to like upgrade your weapons,
to
do new things, but they don't give you that in the main game. Again, whether it's just down to they didn't have enough time, or if they just never intended it, it was just a way to get money.
Because that has been a pretty bog standard thing with Final Fantasies. Like, the items are for something.
Yeah, but obviously not in this one.
Obviously not. Then I was staying in Altissia all the time.
Yeah, that was really good. I did enjoy, actually, the, like, bonus XP generation from staying in a hotel compared to camping.
Yeah.
Like, the amount of times I used to do a dungeon and then they'd be awake for, like, a week building up XP so I could triple it when I went to Altissia.
You will not sleep today.
And they were like, all their clothes were muddy. I was like, I'm sorry, but you need the XP.
You need to level up.
They've upped the level cap from 99 now.
We now go to 120, so yes, he's not sleeping for 3 months. I liked camping. I did like the daytime, nighttime camping thing. Especially, nothing was worse when you didn't have the regalia yet.
Oh, and, yes.
You had to run to a camp while avoiding all the iron giants and stuff. Yeah. And it was like, I need a camp.
I think you remember saying that was scarier in the demo, though.
Yeah, it was scary in the demo.
So I don't know what they did to change it.
All sorts of stuff came out in the demo. But it just was pretty much just iron giants, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. And
I think by like endgame we had some like flans.
Yeah.
But that was pretty much it, wasn't it?
I did also with camping, like the kind of whole cooking a meal aspect that, you know, different things give you different buffs.
Do you know what? If they put as much effort into animating the food than they did the game.
It looked so good, didn't it? I was always like, so hungry.
Do you think that's why they ran out of time? Because they spent most of the time doing the food?
Maybe.
Yeah, that was good. That was whoever did the food. Do you want to animate Final Fantasy 16, please?
Just make the whole game, buddy.
Just make the whole game. You got this.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm trying to think of like another game that does it quite like that. Like, there's other games where you eat food and it gives you like health, but I don't think I remember
it giving you like buffs.
Yeah. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
Especially like,
that's positive. That's positive. Yeah. We got one. And
also, another positive, I quite like the combat. I know you're probably more of a turn-based fan.
I didn't mind it, actually. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy you could set your bros to do special moves.
Yeah.
By end game, you had these cool combos you can do. Like, I really did like the way Gladio would like literally throw you.
Yeah.
And like you and Ignis had this cool like back-to-back move.
Yeah.
And Prompto would jump off your back. The only thing I didn't like about the battling was, what the hell was that potion mechanic?
Oh, yeah, it was stupid.
I didn't get it. I don't understand.
Like, potions were like just really strong energy drinks. I'm pretty sure that's what they described them as in the game.
Because I'm pretty sure somewhere they said potions because your max HP would go down, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm. And then I'm pretty sure they said like potions would bring that up. And then it didn't.
No, it was something was supposed to bring it up, but it never did.
It never seemed to.
No.
And if Noctis died, you all died.
Yes, I hated that.
Why? So when you were down, you were like, someone can pick me up, someone can pick me up, someone can pick me up. No!
I know. Yeah, I used to hate that because you'd be like waiting for them. Guys. Come get me. Ugh, so stupid.
So stupid. But no, the fights was cool. It's your king's ability, isn't it? You can throw your sword and
the warp skill. Yeah, that's the one.
That's the word I was looking for. That's the English word, Jade. Well done.
That's warp. The one. That was the only like name skill I put down. It was like the warp skill. The warp skill.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
So I was really pleased when they had that in Comrades. Like, there's a king's glaive, you can use that. I was like, yes,
because they never touched that. That's why the Prompto, Ignis, and Gladio could use it, is because they were with us. Like, we're the kings, we bestowed those powers on them.
Yeah, but they don't. I would have thought it would have been really cool if they could warp too, but they can't. They just have like the armature, don't they?
Yeah, no, yeah. The only time they warped is in that cool little combo move you have with the turtle.
Oh yeah.
You teleport them all up to the top of the thing. That's the only time you actually see them warp.
Yeah. Oh well, we can dream.
We can dream.
So, any other, before we move on to the next section, things that you would like to mention, you know, digging into the game before we move on to like DLC?
No.
No?
I think I'm good. I think I'm pretty salted out on the main on the main game.
It has been pretty salty, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so general DLC thoughts next, and then maybe talking about some of the hashtag spawn stuff.
I hate the hashtag spawn stuff.
We'll come to that at the end. We'll be positive first. Because I don't know, I generally enjoyed the DLC. I thought they were, you know, okay. I enjoyed some more than others, but...
I did. I think Prompto was the best
outwon everyone.
Prompto was the most solid one. Prompto wasn't patching any plot holes.
No.
And Aranea was in it.
Yes.
And we had a snowmobile. And that freaking fight at the end, I was terrified. Like, when you strode out and you're like, yeah, I've killed everyone. He's like, nah, here, have a giant worm.
Yeah, that was really scary. I would also just like to say, however, that we called episode Prompto. Before it came out, before every DLC came out, we were like trying to guess what was going to happen. And I was like, I bet he meets his dad and finds out he's a clone. And then, lo and behold. But I can't even properly claim it because I didn't put it out anywhere into the world before it came out. So now no one's going to believe me.
No, I can't claim because I called episode Ignis.
Yeah, I know, but no one will believe us.
Because we were trying to figure out how he became blind, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, how cool would it be if, you know, Luna had the ring with him. And we had this thing, we thought Ignis was going to get Luna to the podium, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, what if he puts the ring on?
I know. Oh.
Ugh.
But
Ignis is cool. I think my favourite battle mechanic, because each one had a different battle mechanic, didn't it?
Yeah.
I liked Ignis's battle mechanic.
Yeah, although I was really salty how you can't use that then, like, in the game. I was like, your fighting in the game is not as cool as it was in your DLC.
No.
And, I don't know, I had Gladios just felt... I know Gladios was only really to show off, like, the combat.
Yeah.
So it just kind of felt like filler. Like, it didn't really feel... I wasn't really invested in his, you know, DLC.
Mm.
Like, it didn't feel as emotional as, like, Prompto's is when he finds out who he really is. Or, you know, Ignis with going as far as he does to protect Nox. Like, that was really... They were both really emotional. And then Gladius was like, I'm going to go fight some dude in a canyon because I don't feel strong enough.
I got beaten by Raven as well.
Exactly. Like, I feel like there would have been a really good time to more flesh out, like, how he feels about his dad. You know, like, oh, I'm going to do his job and he's not here anymore. And especially talking to Core, you know,
because
who
Core
was
knew
traveling
his dad.
with his dad. Like, it just, I don't know, it missed the mark for me.
Yeah. I agree.
But Prompto's was my favourite as well. I loved it. I don't know, I love Prompto as it is. I thought it was a really nice way to kind of reveal a backstory and give his character growth.
Yes.
And also Robbie did an amazing job with all the voice acting.
I know, like, he sparked some weird maternal
I know.
instinct, didn't he?
It was just, like, so good. Although I did cringe at the end where he, like, finger guns Aranea, and I was like, oh, please don't do that ever again.
Don't do that in front of Cindy.
No. Although I just remembered the bit in Prompto where, like, he tries to burn the mark off of his arm.
Oh.
And you can, like, choose to make him do it or not. And I was like, I'm going to make him do that.
I was like, no. Oh, poor Prompto.
So, as an Ignis fan, how did you think his DLC measured up?
I thought it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think the trailer for episode Ignis made it look better than it was.
Yeah.
But I think they did do a good job at incorporating Ravus into it and, like, patching his story up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was kind of... I know they were using...
All of my notes, like, completely disagree.
Like, they had to fit it in somewhere, and it made sense that Ravis was the one to be your companion, because we thought it was going to be Gentiana, didn't we? With our theory
I've got that in my notes. Yeah.
With our theory that Ignis was going to get Luna to the podium, we were like, oh, it's going to be Gentiana, and then it was Ravis, and when he turned up, I was like, plot whole time.
Yeah.
But no, I think I liked that they hated each other through the DLC. Like, they hated each other. I think that was quite interesting that all the companions liked each other in the other game, and I was like, I like this. They're sassing each other. This is cool.
I didn't really like it.
I didn't. I liked it until the end.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I really enjoyed it. I was disappointed by it. Altisha felt empty. Ravis, to me, felt awkward as a companion. Like I said, I would have really loved Gentiana, or I feel like Wescombe was in Altisha.
Oh,
and that would have been such an interesting mix, considering that he also travelled with Nox's dad, like back in the day.
Yeah. And
the whole, Ignis cooks and now Wescombe runs a restaurant. Like, it would have been a nice little parallel.
Oh, can you imagine if we had a scene, especially in Insomnia, if we were in trouble and Sid, Wescombe and Core rolls up like, don't worry, boys, we've got this.
Right at the end, when they're like on the steps and like Nox going up. Oh my god, that would have been so good. But I just feel like, like Wescombe, again, like, they throw in all of Regis's old companions, but it's only really Core and Sid that you see.
Yeah, like, what was Wescombe's role? Was he like the Ignis role?
I don't know, that's the thing.
Who are you, Wescombe?
Yeah, I feel like I would have liked to see him fleshed out more, and that would have been a really good time to do it, rather than shoving Ravis in, who just it just felt a bit awkward to me. And then I hated the alternate ending. That was just a load of bull.
Oh, that was...
I did put... The combat was good, but it was just a shame that they couldn't have that in the main game.
Yeah. Yeah, because that was some cool flipping dagger skills.
Yeah, it was really, really
elemental
good
stuff. Yeah, it was cool. And we had a... what do you call it? When you shoot at a building and then you fly up to it.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
What's it called? What's it in English? Hook shot, grapple hook thing?
A grapple hook. It's a grappling hook.
That's the one.
We're so clever. Anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like you said the trailer made it look a lot better than it was.
Yeah, it did.
And they were hyping it up like, it's going to be so
hyped for Ignis.
That's why we're leaving it till last. And then I played it and I was like, I'm going to go replay Promptos now.
Yeah.
Next DLC I've got notes on is Comrades, which I know you haven't necessarily played a lot.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Have you finished like the kind of main...
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Do you mind... Well, okay. I don't think I've got any spoilers, actually, to be fair.
Yeah, no,
I've got general... I really enjoyed the concept of it. I thought it was great. I love any kind of game where, like I've said in previous podcasts, where you get to create your own character. I love that. I dig the fact that you can, get different outfits and accessories. It's great. And also I really enjoy the fact that you don't have to play online.
Oh, do you not?
No, you can play on your own with AI companions.
Oh, yeah, because you don't like other people, do you?
No.
No.
I will occasionally play online, but sometimes I can't be bothered with it. But yeah, and obviously there's the crafting options, which means you can like upgrade your weapons. There's different weapons than you have in the main game. Like, you kind of unlock the king's kind of weapons, like all the past kings and rulers of Lucis. So you get like the giant shuriken.
I love the giant shuriken.
Yeah, I used to love that. Especially because when you can warp, you can like fling it from in the air. So good. And then, speaking of kind of unlocking it, you had to obviously get the power to different stations. So you had to earn, I can't think what it was, like earn so many things to unlock, little power lines.
Yeah.
And I thought that was quite a nice way to get people to keep playing.
Yeah, because you
had to keep doing missions to unlock the map, and you unlocked new missions and new weapons and stuff. So it wasn't just a kind of you had everything from the get-go, which is always nice.
We love progression.
We do. And there was also kind of a little bit of an active plot in it where you have to try and obviously unlock all the power, and then you get down to, I think it is Golden Key, which is where you have like your main boss fight at the end of it. On what's that island called where Noct like pops out?
Oh, Angel Guard or something?
Yeah, there, like your big boss battle is there. You end up fighting Bahamut, I think it is.
Oh.
Yeah, that was it's absolutely terrifying. But you kind of, it builds up to that, and then obviously after that you can go back to doing like the other missions and things. I don't know what they've done with it now, because obviously it's updated, but I haven't played it in ages and ages.
I remember rage quitting when Ignis showed up and kicked my butt.
Yeah, I haven't beaten Ignis yet. He kicked my butt too, so he's just hanging around. But I wiped the floor with Gladio, so I was quite...
Did you? Good,
yeah.
good. Get back in training with Core.
What makes me laugh is that after you beat them, they like immediately leave town. They're like, we're so ashamed. Yeah, we're so ashamed we can't stay anymore.
We need to go have our DLC to train. We'll be back.
But yeah, that was nice that them showing up. But yeah, Ignis is terrifying in that.
Why? He's so skinny and he's so nimble.
I know.
It's like, stand still.
I know.
Let me hit you with my giant sword.
But it made me laugh as well, kind of, speaking of Ignis, that, you know, you have like the photo mode in the game.
Yeah.
Some of the most stupid photos I've got of Ignis like flipping out the way and stuff is just hysterical.
I had a lot of like, I'm on the floor dying, someone else is on the floor dying, Prompto shooting, and Ignis is having like a photo shoot, like he's just standing like back Ignis to the thing, so dramatic pose.
I've seen so many people like make GIFs or post videos where like you're in the camera mode and then Ignis like pokes his head in and he's like, hello, I'm not a model, the camera just turned on. And meanwhile, like all the ones I've got of Noct, he's been like beaten up by like
Noct is like always on the floor for me,
or cactuars. I've got a really amazing one where he's like trying to warp strike this cactuar and it's like, nope.
Not today. Because you have to choose a photo at the end to show Luna, don't you?
Yeah, you can choose some really stupid ones. But I didn't realise that depending on what one you pick depends on, it's like someone says something and it depends on what photo you pick.
Oh, is it?
I think so. Or there's something, like, if you pick a nice one, they're like, oh, that's nice. And if you pick a stupid one, it's, like, something different.
Oh.
But what one did you pick?
I think I was in, like, a camp, I think. Because all my other ones were, like, stupid butt shots or Ignis just being a model or...
I picked the one, like, right before you go to Altissia. Yeah, I picked, like, you know, where it's like all of you and you've got like Core and Sid and Cindy.
Oh, that's a good
one. And Talcott.
Oh, yeah. Talcott!
He was so cute.
He has like a glow up and comes pick you up in his little van.
Yeah, bless him.
Bless
and I'm
him.
Like, you're so old now.
What happened?
Baby's all grown up. So, anything... You know, did you enjoy Comrades from what you've played of it?
Yeah, I did. I think why I quit was, I just had other games at the time. And I think when it was new out, because so many people was playing it, it had some really long wait times in between matches.
Yeah, I don't think that's changed.
Oh.
I think it's gone down a little bit, but I think the wait time is still... Because I used to have it even if I wasn't playing with other people, like even playing with an AI. The wait times are pretty shit.
Yeah, I just think I had other games to get onto. I think by the time Comrades come around, I'd done so much in the Final Fantasy 15 world, I was like, I need a break from Final Fantasy 15.
So, are you ready for something that I know is going to make you very salty? Hashtag spawn.
Hashtag spawn.
So, this section is basically talking about like the sponsorships and kind of, I guess, brand deals, which seems so weird to say in terms to a video game, that happened with the Final Fantasy 15 universe. So I think the one that is most obvious is cup noodles.
Freaking cup noodles.
Yeah.
Side note, I did have an actual cup noodle the other day and it was like banging. It was like the best cup noodle I've had ever. It's the one we bought from that supermarket in Bristol.
Oh my god, yeah.
It was so banging. But I still hate the DLC.
Yeah. I just didn't understand. Like, there were so many more subtle ways that they could have done it rather than giving Noctis a giant noodle hat.
And it was also like, it was Gladio, wasn't it? Every now and again it'd be like, oh, I love my super blah 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 flavor cup noodle. It's great. And I'm like, could that be any more obvious that it was an advert?
And also, like, buddy, they're not healthy. You're like
they're
all
not.
about the health kit, you know, hashtag
You need
games.
the protein. you need the meat, bruh.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was so obvious that it was just a bit cringe. They definitely, like, sold out to cup noodle.
Oh, there's just so much. Like, we had the Assassin's Creed event. We had the cancelled Tomb Raider event. We had the Terror Battle 2 event. We had Final Fantasy 14. We had the pinball machine games. And to a stretch, the Regalia was also a sponsorship. Was it not? Was it not something to do with...
It's that Audi.
Yeah, wasn't it something
the one
to do with Audi?
Noctis's car, not the Regalia.
Oh, yeah, the one he's picked up in.
Yeah, the like really
I knew
fancy.
It was something with one of the cars.
Yeah, the Star of Lucis.
Ah, yes.
I've got this useless Final Fantasy 15 knowledge. Yeah, he gets it for his 20th birthday.
Oh, 20th birthday, he gets an Audi.
Yeah.
I think we discussed this when we spoke about books, when our world bleeds into the fantasy world. Mm-hmm. It just didn't like that, because I was like, no, that's from our world. This is supposed to be their world.
Yeah.
And it's just glaringly obvious.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm pretty sure as well. I didn't know what was going on with their shoes, but their shoes all had red soles, and I was like, is this a Louboutin thing? Is this... Because, like, Iris's outfit as well, I was like, that's looking like Louis Vuitton print on you there, girl.
I'm pretty sure it's, like, designer. They're all like, designer stuff.
Yeah, like, I think somewhere... there is like a clothing
Luna's
contract.
wedding dress was, what was it, Vivienne Westwood?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember. It's just more and more in there. Like,
you know what would have been really good though, if they'd done it like they do in animes, where they like have the brand name, but like they change it just slightly.
Yeah.
So like instead of Pepsi, you've got Bepsi.
Yeah.
And I saw one the other day that was, instead of Family Mart, it was Friend Mart.
Oh, I love Family Mart.
Like, some of the ones you see, like McDonald's is always McDonald's. Like,
yeah, or I've seen McDonald's
really
where it's
ones.
like a golden W instead.
Yeah. But that would have been so fun if they'd have done that.
Yeah, like proper taking the mick out of it.
Yeah. Going back though to the Assassins Festival, I enjoyed it, but it felt a bit weird. Like,
I just didn't even touch it.
Like, you know, they have this you know, big mission. It's super important, but we're gonna have fun dressing up as assassins now. And also,
did you get to
Loki's
jump off
there.
of stuff?
Yeah, no, well, not really. Not like
a
little bit. Like, you had stuff you could hide in that was cool.
Look at me hide.
Yeah.
I'm the king, but I'm just gonna hide.
Dressed in cosplay. Although, to be fair, it is really cute. Like, Noct gets really excited about it.
Aww.
Like, there's this one bit right at the start where he's trying to ask, I think it's like Cindy or this other woman about it. And Noct's like, well, actually, it was about this. And Gladia's like, bitch, I wasn't asking you. And you can, like, see Noct like, oh.
Aww.
I was like, oh, honey, it's okay.
We're listening.
Yeah. And I was also, I don't know, I was a bit disappointed that we never saw this supposed Tomb Raider one.
Yeah, what happened to that?
I don't know. Like, it was mentioned, but it never came.
Did Square Enix pull out of their own sponsorship?
Maybe.
Because Tomb Raider is Square now, isn't it?
I think it is, yeah.
So they pulled out of their own
weird
collab.
I don't know what it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Maybe they just couldn't think of how to do it. Like,
thinking back, I think it was supposed to be for the Tomb Raider release, and didn't the Tomb Raider release get delayed?
Possibly.
I remembering something vague. Something happened with Tomb Raider.
Mm.
Oh well.
Never mind. But yeah, I don't know. That was all I could think of in terms of sponsorships, brand, product placement. Is there anything we're forgetting?
No, I don't think so. I think we've touched all the hashtag spawn, hashtag sell out, hashtag give us money, we need some, hashtag we can't afford this
gifted,
game,
as everyone says now.
Yeah. Hashtag thank you. Sorry, Square Enix, we do want that hashtag spawn in the future. We are not bashing.
We love you.
We love you, baby. I'm whipped.
Square Enix, please hashtag spawn us. We will sell out for you.
I mean, I sold out recently on the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yes, you did.
I spent like £300 on pre-ordering some stuff.
I can't believe you spent that much money.
Well, I haven't spent it yet. It hasn't come out of my bank account yet. It's not real yet.
I'm pretty sure it's not how it works.
It's going to all come out at once. I'm going to be like, oh my god, my bank account got robbed again. What happened? I'm like, oh, it was me. It was me.
Yeah. But I think that covers all the notes we're going to talk about today, which is probably just as well, because we are approaching an hour and a half.
I knew it was going to get this long. I thought it would.
I knew it was going to be long, but I thought we could maybe keep this section to an hour.
Well, we did have a minor, keeping it professional, we did have a minor technical issue halfway through this podcast.
Yeah, my laptop
we've discovered
off.
it's like Square Enix is trying to do something to us, because this is like almost the third time we had to re-record.
Yeah, we are not supposed to record this episode.
We're not supposed to. The government is after us.
Something in the universe does not want us to do this.
Oh.
But anything else you want to add, discuss, etc. on this before we end the episode and before next time?
I liked the game, really. I did. I just wish I didn't have to pay for it to be finished.
Yeah.
But it was all right. It was okay.
I feel like if we didn't like it, at least a little bit, we wouldn't have so much to say about it.
Yeah, we're passionate about it. Like, the next one, we've got so many good rewrites we could have done and things we would have done different.
Yeah. So, I think we are done.
We are indeed.
I need to go and have another cup of tea because my voice is, like, dying.
I'm parched. I need a drink.
I need a good, strong cup of tea after all that.
How do people do this for, like, 4 hours?
I have no idea.
That's nuts.
One day we'll get there.
One day.
But until next time, which we'll be talking about, it's a little bit kind of getting on our high horses time, talking about stuff that we would have done differently. I've also got some notes about, like, Versus 13.
Oh, that's a good point.
Not, like, a lot of notes, but just whether, like, elements from it that, you know, I might have brought into the current project, etc. But I won't say anything because I want to savour that for next time.
No, because I just got really salty remembering one name.
No, I know exactly who it is. It's in my notes as well. Save it. Save your soul.
I will save it for next time. I just remembered.
Yeah.
Oh, I need some notes to be made.
So, we will see you guys next time. Maybe if you have any thoughts on Final Fantasy 15, or if you just want to chat to us about the PITIOSS Dungeon Theory, which I in particular love, you can do that. And until then, we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.